Hey everyone. Today, we're diving into Google's seriously powerful new AI image tool. We're talking about a model that promises to do way more than just create pretty pictures. It's designed to actually understand and visualize your most complex ideas. We're talking about Nano Banana Pro.
But let's just start with a big question, right? What if you could take a complex thought, a detailed concept, or even just a quick sketch, and just, poof, turn it into a high-quality visual in seconds? Well, that's exactly what we're talking about today.
And look, this isn't just hype. The team over at Google DeepMind is setting the bar really, really high. Just listen to what product manager Nina Raisinhani says. This is about turning your visions into studio-quality designs. So let's see if it actually lives up to that promise.
Okay, let's get right into it. First things first, what is Nano Banana Pro? And what makes it any different from the dozen other AI image tools that are already out there?
So here's the key thing you gotta know. Nano Banana Pro is built directly on top of Gemini 3 Pro, and that means it's not just an image generator. It's got a brain. It has a much deeper level of understanding, so it doesn't just see a prompt for a tree, it gets the difference between an oak and a willow and can actually render it with scientific accuracy.
The easiest way to think about it is like the difference between iMovie and Final Cut Pro, right? The standard Nano Banana that's running on Gemini 2.5 Flash is awesome for quick, fun stuff. But Nano Banana Pro? That's the heavyweight. It's the professional-grade tool for those really complex jobs where you need total control and the absolute best quality possible.
So we get it. It's powerful. But what really puts the Pro in Nano Banana Pro? Let's break down the features that make this a potential game changer.
First, and this is a big one, it understands context. Because it's powered by Gemini, it can pull in real-world facts and information to create visuals that aren't just beautiful, but are genuinely helpful and accurate. I mean, think about it. Creating educational explainers, making diagrams from your notes, even visualizing recipes.
And this is a perfect example of that. A user can just give it a subject, like this string of turtles plant, and ask for an infographic. The AI doesn't just draw a pretty plant, it actually taps into its knowledge base to pull out useful info about where it's from and how to care for it, and then designs all of that into a clear, compelling visual. Okay, another massive problem for AI image models has always been text. Trying to get legible, correctly spelled words to look natural in an image is so hard. Well, Nano Banana Pro is being called best in class for this. It can handle everything from a short tagline to whole paragraphs, and in multiple languages too.
I mean, just look at the nuance in this prompt. The user wants houses to subtly look like letters. That takes such a deep understanding of visual composition and the abstract idea of typography. It's a perfect test of how advanced this model really is. And finally, it puts you in the director's chair. We're talking about getting advanced controls over things like lighting, focus, aspect ratios, even cranking the resolution all the way up to 4K. This is all about moving beyond just typing a prompt and hoping for the best. It gives you the precision of a real digital art director.
This simple prompt shows off a huge capability. Being able to completely relight a scene, to change the entire mood and time of day with just one simple command, that's an incredibly powerful tool for any creator. It allows for such rapid iteration and creative exploring.
All right, so we've seen the features, but how are people actually using this thing out in the wild? Let's look at some fantastic examples that really show this creativity in action. This is just brilliant. A Reddit user shared this workflow. I mean, imagine the hours of work this saves a comic artist. They can take a black and white manga page and, with one really detailed prompt, get the AI to color it in a very specific vintage style, complete with the little halftone dots and textures. It's a massive productivity boost.
Here's a fantastic educational example. Someone asked for a detailed structural diagram of the Empire State Building, broken down into specific sections. The AI can just generate this clear, informative visual that would be perfect for a textbook, a presentation, or, just for anyone who's curious about architecture.
Now this is something I did not see coming. You can ask it to solve a math problem and then create a visual step-by-step solution. This could totally change how complex subjects are taught. I mean, imagine a future where math homework isn't just about finding the answer, but about creating a visual story of how you got there. That is a huge shift.
Okay, you've seen what it can do, and now you're probably thinking, all right, how do I get my hands on this? So let's break down where Nano Banana Pro is actually being rolled out.
So what's really cool is that Google isn't just dropping this as a standalone app. They're weaving this tech across their entire ecosystem. So for casual users and students,
It's coming to the Gemini app and Notebook LM. Professionals, you'll see it integrated right into Workspace and Google Ads. And for all you developers and creatives, it's accessible through APIs and specialized tools like Flow. Of course, with a tool this powerful, there's a big, obvious question. How do we know what's real and what's AI-generated? Let's take a look at Google's approach to transparency.
And the answer to that question is a technology called SynthID. Think of it like a digital fingerprint that's embedded directly into the pixels of every single image made by Google's AI. You can't see it, but it provides a clear, verifiable marker that tells you where the image came from.
And this is where it gets really practical. Google is putting the verification tool right in your hands. It's actually super simple. You can just upload an image into the Gemini app and ask it, hey, was this made by Google AI? And thanks to SynthID, the app can read that invisible watermark and give you a straight answer.
So here's how they're handling watermarks. For most users, there will be a visible little Gemini sparkle on the images. But for professionals and paying Ultra subscribers who need a clean image for their work, that visible mark is removed. The most important thing to remember, though, is that the invisible SynthID watermark is always there, on every single image. So there's always a way to trace it back.
And that really brings us to the final thought here. Tools like Nano Banana Pro aren't just changing how we make things. They're changing the very nature of creativity itself. So when the technical hurdles to creating something are this low, and your main tool is just your own imagination, where does human creativity go from here? It's something to think about.